Figured I'd give you guys a call and tell you how much I appreciate you, and if Phil's still listening or if he's in earshot, let him know that I appreciate him too.
Sick.
If he's not, sometimes Sarah is watching, and Sarah that remains will relay that information.
That's
hopefully.
right.
Shout out, Sarah.
Well, thanks, man.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I figured I'd call in, and I tried to give you guys some kudos yesterday for bonking those frogs. This is the Ouroboros guy.
I was the frog bonker,
sick.
sir.
I missed
Yeah,
all of
nice.
that.
I
don't know
am
what was going on.
Spartacus.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well done. But I wanted to call in and see if you guys were interested. So I'm in a weird kind of a spot right now, and just figured I'd do a little bit of venting, if that's all right.
You got it.
Right now, I'm kind of coming through a weird closure of a really bad part of my life, and had to fully give myself to Christ, and I think that was one of the best things that I ever did.
Incredible.
And it really kind of pulled me out of a bad place.
Happy to
I'm
hear
probably the guy with the worst luck you've ever met.
I could probably stand next to you, brother. Not trying to measure dicks here or anything, but you go ahead and continue with your story. Maybe you got me beat here.
Well, there's a couple of things before the age of 18 that I can't go into for legal purposes, but there is some things that I can. I was a very early parent, about 14, 15 years old, so I got started pretty quick.
Okay.
Found myself homeless very shortly thereafter. My dad thought that, well, if you're old enough to do that, you're old enough to figure out what you need to do with your life, and, well, I did. So I buckled up and did the best that I could, and stopped doing the metal thing and started getting my life together, man, and jumping headfirst into IT at the time and trying to figure out how to raise a kid and be a dad when you're still kind of a kid yourself, and going through a couple of other personal and psychological problems, throughout the way that are definitely in that book. If you're ever interested in reading, I'd love to send you guys a couple copies.
It's kind of crazy how IT is just like the next step when you're going through some shit. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I definitely follow that. Minus the kid, of course. I abstained from the children, but I definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah, man, I jumped headfirst into IT, but then I got really good at it, and then I found out how good I was at it, and that became a problem.
Yep, it's like fucking whoops.
Yeah, I found myself in some trouble with Cellular One before they were Verizon back in the day, and that was not too much fun.
Nice. Okay.
But neither here nor there, and I found out very shortly thereafter, after my daughter turned 2 or 3, the state of Arizona out here decided to come and take her from me because I was the victim of domestic violence.
What?
Interesting how that happens.
Yeah, totally. So after having that happen, and my parents stepped in, being the amazing people that they are, and tried to step in and provide custody for my daughter. The state prevented them from doing that because I actually still lived in that house at the time.
Wow.
So, there was a lot more back and forth there. So then I spent about, 10 months, 11 months in a car, which wasn't great, trying to find a different job at the time, because trying to hold down a job in a car as well, as you can imagine, impossible. So I got my affairs in order and realized that I had to surrender my daughter to the state and go and get myself together financially, and then come back and do just that. And so I did. I got on a plane, flew out to Columbus, spent the better half of a year trying to do whatever I could. Ended up landing a really swell job with a bank that paid pretty well at the time, and took advantage of some of the skills that I had and was able to put me to work. And worked me for 8 months, harder than I've ever worked my entire life, and immediately came right back to Arizona with about 30 or 40 grand cash in hand, and got my daughter back. Well, I didn't have a job. So now I'm back in Arizona, and now I have my daughter back. About a year later, she's turning 4 at the time. And now I had a bunch of money, and there's a bunch of stories there going back and forth with Mom, and she's a homie hopper 9,000. She's on like child number 9 now, so she was a real run-of-the-mill mistake to make at 14. So that was
the old mom pound, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, found that out the hard way. But neither here nor there. But one of the good things that did happen in my life is I found the woman that I love more than anything in this world. She's my best friend, and her name's Brittany. She's asleep right now somewhere, who knows, but when I met Brittany, she managed to come back with me after only being knowing me for 8 months.
Brittany is not an AI unit, is it? Is she?
No,
okay,
no,
fantastic.
she is a fleshy being. As much as I would love to put a chip in her head, I don't think she'd let me.
IT guy. Now you're scaring me, IT guy.
Hey, man, I could tell you some horror stories. Don't get me started.
There's other ways to program your wives, gentlemen. You don't have to chip them, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's called social engineering and psychological engineering, and I can tell you all about that too. That's actually what I specialized in, with psychological engineering.
Whoa,
that's
all
intense.
Right. It sounds like you're gonna have to call back for that.
We'll need that another time.
I want to hear all about that one, but let's hear the story.
I'd love to dive into it. I can give you that, but ultimately I came back across country with this woman that I was madly in love with, and she had aspirations of wanting to try to help me be a mom and fight this mountain of a battle against this corrupt county that I live in, and that was a challenge, but I won. I pulled it off in a mother's state, when the odds were against me, and trust me, dude, if you took one look at me, I got holes in my ears that are bigger than satellites. I got Sirius in one and XM in the other, and tattoos over 85% of my body. I'm not somebody that they just let walk into a bank anymore.
I mean, you sound like I was gonna say, you sound like a guy that we probably used to hang out with regularly. So,
hey man, who knows? Maybe I am that guy.
Could be.
But the fun fact, that was just the beginning of my bad luck. That was just the beginning of things for me. I found out the hard way that at about 30 years old, my wife just magically got diagnosed with a seizure condition out of nowhere. FND. And if she doesn't take her meds, she can't do, obviously. I know people out there deal with this all the time and have figured out how to work around this. We're still figuring it out together as a family, too. And there shortly after that, between the stress of work, and sorry, my Roomba wanted to come and say hi. Let me go bonk it.
Yeah, please shoot that.
Check that thing for listening devices.
While he does that, my wife just saw a robot bartender.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Hey, man. But, no, so stupid freaking Roomba. But neither here nor there. But she was diagnosed with this FND seizure condition there shortly after, and that kind of threw my life into even more of a turmoil, because I built this, what I thought was going to be a long-term successful thing of stability on some fragile ground, and that was a really hard thing for me to kind of wrap my head around. There's a big string of depression and alcohol abuse and a lot of other things there, man, that Christ really saved me from, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing here, and I don't take up too much more of your time, but thanks for giving me a platform to thank you.
I'm really glad that you found Christ and you have that as your anchor, and I'm sorry to hear about all the horrible stuff, but it looks like you've already won a few battles, and now there's a new one in front of you, and it sucks, but you guys sound like you'll find your stability and fight your way through it.
We are.
And we'll say prayers for you. I hope everyone who's listening says a prayer for you and your family. And it's harrowing, man. Everyone goes through this crazy stuff. Everything's a test. And a lot of people don't pass it. But sounds like you've been doing a pretty good job trying to just, keep your head above the water. And it's tough.
Got to find the light in all the darkness, brother.
That's literally all we can do.
Yeah, just got to keep on keeping on, brother.
Yep.
You got it, man. Well, if you want to learn more about that, you can buy my book. It's called Why, ironically. That was actually the title of the book. Thanks for reading it yesterday. I appreciate that. But it's Headaches and Voices in My Head.
Oh, cool.
It's the subtitles.
Tell everyone where they can find it.
It's on Amazon. It's free to read. It's on for Kindle Unlimited. So if you got it, go check it out. And even if it sucks, tell me it sucks. I don't care. Just I want somebody to know this story before I kick the bucket. It'd be great.
Dude, I know that feeling. It's a great feeling. Look, you already got it out.
Dude, I've thought about writing a book, honestly, but I just I know how much I hate to read. So it's I can't expect anybody else to want to read either.
No, dude, it's really I hate the idea. Well, I don't know if I hate therapy, but the idea of therapy, I don't do it, but it is therapeutic. And to put your thoughts onto the page, you start to make so much more sense of things. And also just you cleanse yourself a lot of stuff too.
It saved my life, guys.
Yeah,
dude. Serious.
Incredible.
It really is.
Say the name of the book again.
It was Why, Headaches and those voices in my head again.
Sick. Awesome, man. I'm stoked. Despite all the obstacles you got ahead of you, you're going to figure it out. You got a good anchor. You got God. And call us back, man. You know where to find us.
I'd love to. Talk to you guys again.
Awesome.
Appreciate you, man. Take care.
God bless.
You too.